instantly manifest what you want in as little as 17 seconds. Sounds crazy, sounds like a lot of hogwash. It happens when you understand this law of attraction technique. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into it. So you can manifest what you want in as little as 17 seconds, but you have to understand something first. Everything in the entire universe is energy and it's totally malleable, meaning that anything in the universe can be changed almost instantly. And in many instances, yes, instantly. So the 17-second rule was created by Abraham Hicks, and the 17-second rule is this. Everything in the entire universe is vibration. That's what it is. So the law of attraction is a secondary universal law to the law of vibration. Comment that down below just to make sure you understand it. Law of vibration is primary over law of attraction. Law of vibration is primary over the law of attraction. What does that mean? Law of vibration says that everything is energy moving at a different speed, amplitude, or density of vibration. It all has different speeds of vibration. It all has different frequencies. But everything in the universe is pure energy. Well, the vibration, the energy that's something in, when the vibration is set, then the law of attraction can attract like things into existence. Like attracts like, but not until the vibration is clear. Right? Makes sense, right? So, what creates your vibration? Every thought that you have, every belief that you hold, every action that you take, every perception that you have, every word that you say, all of these things create your vibration, which then dictates what you attract. It sets the law of attraction into motion. So, in 17 seconds, you can change your vibration, right? If I said, think of the most amazing, blissful experience ever. Think of an awesome sexual experience you had, right? You can change your vibration instantly. In the same way that if you thought of something terrible, that could change your vibration for the negative almost instantly. And what you have to understand is just because you can't see something doesn't mean it hasn't manifested yet. Your physical senses only perceive a minute amount of reality. There's way more happening beyond what you can see. Lack of evidence isn't evidence of lack. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not here. You can't see electricity, you can only see the effects of electricity. You can't see the wind, you can only see the effects of the wind. So just because you can't see the manifestation yet doesn't mean that its effects aren't coming. So in 17 seconds you can totally get in harmony with what you want. So what is it that you want? You can start your day, I'll do an example. I start my day like this every single day. I am so grateful now that my message is reaching millions of people. I'm inspiring millions of people around the world. My videos are going viral every single day. And I look myself in the mirror and I say that to myself. It immediately puts me in the vibration to attract what I want into my life. We think it's this long drawn out process, right? Transformation is a long drawn out process. Let's go into your childhood. Let's go in and let's see all your limiting beliefs that you have. What was your earliest memory when you were 3? What did your dad say to you when you were 4 on your 4th birthday? And we're like, I think he said that. It's like, no. It doesn't need to be this long drawn out process. Get your vibration in harmony with what you want as quickly as possible, and you put yourself in position to attract what you want into your life. So if you're having an off day, in this very moment right now, you can go like this. Man, I'm so grateful that I'm alive today. I have the electricity, I have the internet to watch this video, right? Whatever it is, get yourself into the vibration of abundance, of prosperity, of joy, of love. And in 17 seconds, you put yourself in a position to change the time track. What's the time track? Well, we live in a world of infinite potentialities. All time and space already exists. All energy already exists. And the time track is what determines what fragments of infinite possibilities we experience. So the reality of you being a millionaire is out there, and the reality of you being $100,000 in debt is out there. The reality of you having an awesome dream relationship is out there, and the reality of you having like the worst fallout relationship ever is out there. All of it is there. It's just that in every moment you set a vibration that dictates what you attract into your life. So decide in this moment, you're going to get your vibration in harmony with what you want. And the first question might be, what do you want? What do you want? What do you really want out of life? And you may say, I don't know. Don't say I don't know. You cannot say I don't know. That's the only rule. You can't say I don't know. You may not know the ultimate of everything that you want, but I'm sure you can think of something that you want. And then you just get yourself in harmony with it. You start and you say, well, what type of thoughts would the person that has this as their reality think right now? And you get yourself in harmony with that right now. And when you do that and you realize that in every single moment the law of attraction is working, the law of attraction is responding to the vibration you're in. Well, what creates the vibration you're in? Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your programming, that all gets you in vibration. And if you have difficulty with negative thoughts, download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com down below, and it'll program your subconscious mind for success, for prosperity, for having a positive relationship with abundance. And when you do that, you notice things that weren't there anymore. You notice new opportunities, new things attract into your life. When you change your vibration, you can just today change your whole life. Your whole life can change today, right now. If you decide that you're not letting anything in your energy field, any thought, any action, any person, you're not letting anything in your energy field that is not in resonance with love, happiness, joy, and peace. Decide that right now. Comment that down below. I make the decision that I'm not letting anything in my energy field that isn't of love, joy, or peace. You just don't let it in. And when you do that in 17 seconds, in 2 seconds, in almost immediately, you put yourself in vibration of what you want and things start to attract into your life. And it's amazing. So download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. Press the subscribe button in the corner. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that you're having an amazing day, and see you on the next video. There is a universal law of attraction. There is a universe that responds to all thoughts that you think and the way that you communicate it. And if you learn how to communicate with it, you can attract miracles and amazing things in your life. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 ways you can improve your communication with the law of attraction to create the things that you want in your life. This is Jake Ducey from jakeducey.com. Let's do it. Number 1, present tense speaking. You gotta understand that the law of attraction in your subconscious mind works only in the present moment. It doesn't work in the future, and it doesn't work in the past. It's only what exists right now. It's only the energy that I'm broadcasting right now in this moment. Like if I wanted to turn on a rap station or a rock station and I knew it was on 99.1, if I turn that on, that station is going to broadcast right now. Why? Because 91.1 is the current frequency of a rap station or a rock station. If 3 years ago it used to be 91.7, but they moved to 91.1, I wouldn't be able to turn to 91.7 and get the rap station or get the rock station. Why? Because it doesn't exist anymore. Frequency only responds in the present tense. Energy only responds in the present tense. Every thought you think, story you tell, and communication that you have with your subconscious mind, the law of attraction in the universe, only happens in the present tense and only moves in the present tense. So when you learn how to communicate and respond and see the world in the present tense, you move yourself into a position of power. So start to notice when you use the words I hope, I wish, I doubt, I can't afford that. And not to say you need to go out and buy everything, not to say that is so, but what is to say is Every thought that you have has a chemical reaction, controls how you feel, the energy you give off, controls the actions that you do or do not take. And so unless you start to understand in this moment, I only speak of good things. I only speak about the things that I'm attracting into my life right now. I'm so grateful for all the money that's coming in my life. Would be a lot more powerful statement than I hope that I can attract more money into my life. Start to notice those words and speak. Use this practice. It's a hard practice because we're conditioned by our senses. We're conditioned by our past. We tell the stories of our past, the stories of what is. But in order to create a new reality of anything that you want in life, in order to use the law of attraction to create miracles, amazing things in your life, you've got to be able to step outside of the framework of your current reality. So start to get out of your current reality and practice. You can do it with yourself, you can do it with a friend, you can do it while you drive, and start giving gratitude for the things that don't exist as though they were. In fact, there's a beautiful quote. It goes, by passionately believing in what does not yet exist, we create it. By passionately believing in what does not yet exist, we create it. And the fact is, it does exist. It's just outside of your visible light, outside of what you comprehend with your eyes, outside of what you can hear with your ears. It's just outside of your current reality. By passionately feeling as if it's already true, you move into a place to attract it in your life. If you want to communicate the law of attraction better, learn to start to be in the present tense only. Number 2, use constant spaced repetition. Well, the only way to actually reprogram your subconscious mind, which controls 95% of our life, we have some 60,000 thoughts in a day, psychologists tell us, approximately that many. 95% of them are subconscious or unconscious, meaning they're programmed from our past. So the only way to ever change your subconscious mind is constant spaced repetition. When an idea is emotionally and dominantly held over a long period of time, it seeks into the subconscious mind. So if you ever want to change something in your life, you need to use constant spaced repetition of an idea. So for prosperity, it's affirming that I am prosperous, that I'm attracting and have attracted amazing opportunities, or that I'm so grateful for everything that's come into my life. For attracting a soulmate, it's coming from a place of oneness, that you've always been supported in an amazing relationship, and that continues. It's a state of expectancy rather than coming from a place of I don't expect it and I wish and I hope that it would. And when we pick an affirmation, so depending on the things that you want in your life, when you pick an affirmation, what I invite you to do is pull it on a 3x5 card, just a little 3x5 card, and start writing it every day on a 3x5 card and start carrying it with you. Another thing that I do is I take that affirmation and I write it 10 times over and over in the day. So I'll go number 1 and I'll write it, number 2 and then I'll write it again, and I'll do that 10 times through. The reason I do that is to start to program that in, just like the chorus of a song. Why does the chorus of a song get stuck in your head? Well, it gets stuck in your subconscious mind through constant spaced repetition. Constant spaced repetition is when the chorus comes on over and over again. I know in the hotline bling, I know in the hotline bling. After a while, that thing gets stuck in your head. After a while, when you look at your bank account and there's no money in it, you get a constant spaced repetition affirmation stuck in your head that says, I have no money, I have no money, I only have $20, I overdrafted again, where's no money, there's no money. As soon as you don't see your soulmate long enough, you think there's no good guys, there's no good girls, that you're never going to attract the person that you love in your life. When you don't get lucky long enough, you start to think that some people are lucky and some people aren't. So pick an affirmation, start to use that, or download my free success hypnosis. It's down below, jakeshypnosis.com. It's free. You can use it to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's affirmations you can hear over and over again in a really relaxed state for about 35 minutes and start to reprogram your subconscious mind. Number 3, commit to starting to see the positive and the seemingly negatives. So the only way to move out of a negative situation is to not get stuck in the energy of the negative situation. How do you turn a positive into a negative? Eventually, you have to be able to let go of the situation in order to move back into a positive, right? We have to work through it, whether it's forgiveness or learning a lesson, or just sometimes it's just letting things go, right? So the law of attraction only responds to how we feel in the present moment, right? So we cannot start to attract something different unless we let go of the energy of what has been. And what happens for most people is they attract something that they do not want but then they let that energy control their state of consciousness. It's called a reactionary state of consciousness. It's when you're reacting to something outside of yourself and you allow that to control your energy field. And then you say, it's a stupid situation, it's that stupid person, they're doing this, or this happens again. Why do I not keep attracting this amazing opportunity in my life? I guess I'm just not that lucky, or the law of attraction doesn't work. And we move and we let outside conditions control our energy field. But what you gotta start being able to practice is not allowing those negative things to control your energy, right? And I'm all for letting emotions out. Be angry for a minute, be mad at the universe for not creating opportunities for a minute. Be mad at yourself for a minute, but you gotta be able to move beyond it, right? They say that pigeons are one of the creatures that they simply flap their wings very violently to let go of all the energy from an exchange with another pigeon. They go at each other for a second, they flap their wings, and then it's done. They release the energy. Human beings have a mind, so they tend to tell the same story over and over again long after it's done. So what I invite you to do is look at the things that you think are negative in your life that are contrary to what you want. Whether it's more money, career opportunities, adventure, travel, romantic relationships, health, excitement, confidence, and then look at the story you tell yourself as to why you don't have it. Maybe it's somebody, president or politician that is or is not in office that you think is the reason, or it's the economy, or it's your boss, or it's the way that you grew up, or da 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 da. Look at those negative things. Maybe you feel jealous at wealthy people because they drive by in a nice car. You really want that, but the way you cope with not having it is you make them wrong, you make them jealous, you make them a prick. Somebody has money, you make them wrong, you make them jealous, you make them a prick. Somebody has six-pack abs and they're like some fit jerk or something like that in your head, but you really wish that you have that. See if you can turn it into a positive and see that guy driving by in that nice car, that woman driving by in that nice house, pulling into that beautiful home that you wish that you had, that guy with six-pack abs, that woman with a perfect body. Instead of condemning them, can I start to practice gratitude? And can I appreciate the fact that they're showing me what's possible? Man, if they can attract that, I really desire that. I know that that's coming to me. It's in my field. I'm in a place of abundance. Notice my energy is in harmony with what I want. The law of attraction can start to work with me and I can communicate with it in a different way. Number 4, and this is going to be a hard one, start to practice gratitude for what actually doesn't exist yet. So, before you probably heard me mention in a video to start to use gratitude, make a list of the things that you're grateful for, practice gratitude for the things that you already have. I want you to start to use your imagination now, and I want you to start to practice gratitude for the things that you do not have in your life yet. Start to create the space for the things that you quote unquote do not have in your life yet. So, whether that's more money, start to practice gratitude for the fact that more money's coming into you. Start to manage the $10 that you have, the $3 that you have, and be in a place, you let your imagination run wild, imagining that you have hundreds of thousands or millions. That's what Jim Carrey did. He made a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. Well, he was a broke actor. He'd go on Mulholland Boulevard every single day, even though he had no gigs, no opportunities, wasn't making much money. He'd give the gratitude for being a renowned actor. And what I want you to do is start to not let your mind play tricks on you, right? Most people let their bank account control their thinking. I'm saying you can actually allow your thoughts to control your bank account, or to control your romantic relationships, your self-image, or the way that you show up in your professional life. When you take a step back out of that and practice gratitude for the things that you're calling into your life, what happens is the universe says, oh wow, he has faith in the things that he does not see as if they exist. Oh wow, he's already practicing gratitude for abundance. Well, let's send him more abundance. Let's put him in harmony with where he's coming from. Right? So that's how we can start to communicate with universal intelligence in the law of attraction better, is practicing gratitude for the things that do not exist, because actually they do exist. Your soulmate is already on the planet. All the money you want is already on the planet. Your dream job already exists. The continents you want to explore, the good luck opportunities to get you out of the situation, being debt-free and starting to have a positive net worth, all of those things already exist. They're very realistic possibilities, but they can't come into your field unless you can start to practice gratitude for them, thus showing the universe that that's a high priority of yours. Number 5, eliminate the jealousy, envy, and greed of somebody who has what you want that you don't have it yet. I remember in my life always feeling kind of jealous, or I'd figure out something wrong with somebody in my industry that was really good at it, that was doing better than me. Oh, I'm a better speaker, and look at the way they're talking in their videos, they're not that good at that, and they have 400,000 views and I have 26 or something, right? And what would happen is I'm showing my subconscious mind and the law of attraction that I don't want that thing because it's bad. A car drives by that you want, like I said earlier. If you're finding a reason that that person's bad, greedy asshole, why don't they go give to a charity? You're saying, I don't want the type of money and prosperity like that because it's bad. So notice the envy, jealousy, and greed you have towards someone who's more successful than you. Notice the jealousy, envy, and greed you might have towards somebody who has something that you want, whether it's physical, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual, whether it's material and career, financially oriented. Notice and start to practice gratitude. Go out of your way to tell someone that you're appreciative for the wealth they've created, for the romantic, amazing, beautiful relationship they've created, for how fit they are, because it inspires you to get more fit. When you start to do that, you put yourself in harmony with what you want, and you're communicating with the universe saying, hey, look at how amazing that thing is. Look, universe, you created these amazing cars, this amazing house, that amazing six-pack body, that amazing relationship, that amazing career. You created it for them. Wow, I'd love some of that. That's really beautiful. And notice you put yourself in harmony with it at that point. This is Jake Ducey from JakeDucey.com, teaching you how to communicate with the universal law of attraction in a more harmonious way to attract the things that you want in your life. Be sure you press subscribe. I got a free success hypnosis. It's JakesHypnosis.com. It's going to actually put your subconscious in harmony with more prosperity and abundance. It's done it for thousands of people. I would love it if it did it for you, so you can download below. It's free. Comment in your favorite part of this video. Be sure that you put this stuff into play. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Manifest more of this using this that you're drinking every single day. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let me show you how this plus this is always going to equal this. Or this plus this is always going to equal this. So I made a previous video before on manifesting using water, and it was based off of the studies of Dr. Emoto. And just to recap, Dr. Emoto was a scientist who studied water. And what he did is he had people take a cup of water and to think, hate, and negative thoughts at the water, directed at the water. And then what they would do is they would freeze the water, and then they would use a microscope to examine the molecular structure of the water. Then they would also take positive and loving thoughts directed towards the water and do the exact same thing. And what they found was the molecular structure of the exact same water was totally different based on the energy and consciousness that was infused with it. So the energy and consciousness directed at water was literally manifesting either chaos or positivity. And we'll have it flash up on the screen so you can see the difference between the two ways of the exact same water. And you might say, well, what does that have to do with money? Well, it has everything to do with money, because it's very simple. You are approximately 70 to 75% water. And every single person in the entire world that you might receive money from or give a service to is also 70% water. So what those studies prove is the water that you're drinking is actually influencing the way that your energy and molecular structure is. If it's influencing that, as you're drinking the water, you are actually influencing who you are and the energy signals that you are sending out. So what's so imperative to understand is psychologists say that you have 65,000 thoughts in a day, and that 90 to 95% of them are negative, unconscious thoughts, that it's almost all negative and unconscious. So water is something that you're doing many times throughout the day, right? So every time you're drinking it, the way that we're conditioned is to think negativity, fear, or anxiety into the water, to infuse that. Then that water is making up 70% of who you are, and on an unconscious level, no matter how hard you're trying to create the life that you want, you've set up a signal through yourself and your body which is predominantly water-based. So what I started doing once I understood this, the impact of this discovery, was that every single time that I would drink water, I'd either, and I made in a previous video, focus on gratitude or good things coming, or I would do an experiment and I would focus on prosperity and financial success coming to me. And so what I invite you to do is to actually, every time you're drinking water, to give appreciation for that water, but to say this: I'm thankful that this is creating more financial abundance in my life. Or, I'm grateful that this flow of money is ever increasing in my life. So as you're drinking it, I'm grateful that this flow of money is ever increasing in my life. And what you're doing is you're signaling to the water, which is 70% of our creation. You're signaling to that water that's 70% of who you are. You're signaling to that you're grateful that the flow of water, right? The flow of water is always moving, and that the flow of the money and the abundance in your life is always moving as well. And you might say, well, this sounds crazy or this sounds silly, but just understand and look at the basic science behind that. You're 70% water. Your thoughts are actually influencing the way that water crystallizes, and thus it has to be impacting you. And if you're drinking water, then what you're doing is you're creating 70% of who you are. Infuse that water with the energy of abundance and the appreciation that this water is symbolizing the flow of more money coming into your life. You will be amazed at what you create, because you're impacting the very energy that you're radiating out. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and what I'm inviting you to do is to start practicing and start the intention of every time that you're drinking water, because science shows us our thoughts and our consciousness influence the crystallization and the molecular structure of water, and that about 70 to 75% of who you are is water. Therefore, your own thoughts and energy while you're drinking water is influencing the majority of who you are. And what the law of attraction says is, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. And so, what is the foremost way you're creating what you are? Through water. You're 70% water approximately. So as you're drinking it, every single time giving appreciation that large sums of money are coming to you quickly and easily. I'm so grateful that large sums of money are coming to me quickly and easily. I'm so grateful for this beautiful water and for the flow of financial abundance that is ever increasing in my life. And if you want some other great affirmations to use as you're doing this experiment in your own life, download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com, and it's free, and you can use that to reprogram your subconscious mind and to find some other great wealth and financial and abundance affirmations that you can use while you're actually drinking water. And what you can do to take it even a step further is literally write on the cup or bottle you're drinking, I am so grateful large sums of money come to me. I am so grateful financial abundance flows to me. And use that as a subconscious prompt to remind yourself every time to get into that energy as you're consuming your water. So have a beautiful day. hashtag down below best life ever, hashtag down below best life ever. If you watch this video all the way through, make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel here, and the bell notification. That's what notifies you for new videos, so make sure you subscribe, bell notification, and then make sure that you like this video to support this channel. I have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful YouTube community, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I can't wait to hear about your amazing stories of manifesting more abundance using the power of water. Here's a law of attraction formula to receive unexpected money within 24 hours. Don't believe me? Give this technique a try. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into this video. Step number one, expect it. None of the other techniques that you're going to hear about that work will matter if you don't expect it. If you don't expect it of yourself and you don't expect it of life, you can't create it. No accomplishment or achievement can ever happen without the expectation of it. So what I invite you to do is to start expecting it. Most people think that they're in harmony with money, but they're actually expecting it not to come, because everything is really two things. It's the presence of it or the absence of it. And most people want money, but they're focused on the absence of it in their lives. So start focusing on the presence of money in your life. In the Bible it says, "To he who has, more is given. To he who has not, even that which they have will be taken away." What does that mean? You could start to think, well, is the universe, is life this unfair place that, helps the rich people and not the poor people? Why are they taking away from the poor people? Because if you don't feel it and expect it of yourself, even that which you have will be taken away, because you're not in harmony with anything other than lack. So you're going to attract deeper and deeper levels of lack. Similarly so, to the person that has, more will be given. The person that's in a state of expectancy, that's vibrating abundance, that, maybe they don't have all the things that they need or want, but they're not focusing on the fact that they don't have those things, why they haven't happened yet. They're not looking out and saying, well, this hasn't happened yet, this hasn't happened yet. They're in a place of abundance. They're in harmony with it. They're saying, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Even though I didn't have this, I'm so grateful for that. And I believe more good things are coming. They're in harmony with it. So to he who has, he who is in a place, or she, right, is in a place of expectancy, they will create more of it. To he who has, to she who has, to the person that has, more is going to be given to them. The people that don't have that type of frame of mind, even that which they have is going to be gone soon enough, because they're only attracting worse and worse. Look around today and expect great things. Number two, pray to the universe, pray to God, pray to the source of all things. But most people pray as if it's a vending machine in the sky, and they're like, please give me money, please. To he who has, more will be given. To she who has, more will be given. And to the people that don't have, everything's going to be taken away from them. So when you're praying from a place of please, what you're really doing is focusing on the fact that you don't have what you want. When you're focused on the fact that you don't have what you want, you're in harmony with lack. And to that person that does not have, even that which they have is going to be taken away, because they're in harmony with lack. So the prayer should be something like this. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. The word that you use doesn't matter. Alan Watts says you can't get wet by the word water. It's not the word. We're talking about the divine intelligence, the creative force of the universe here. Call it God, call it spirit, call it nature, call it universe. Doesn't matter. Can't get wet by the word water. Dear God, dear universe, thank you for now blessing me with unexpected, immediate financial abundance. Dear God, dear universe, insert your own word. Thank you for blessing me now with unexpected financial abundance immediately. Close your eyes right now and you connect to that place and you say, thank you, God, thank you, universe, for blessing me with infinite and immediate unexpected financial abundance. Get in touch with the feeling of that. Because to the person that has, to the person that can demonstrate the feeling, that can get in touch with that reality, more will be given to them. To the person that listens to this and says, well, it'd be a lot easier if I had some money. You're in harmony with lack, and even what you have is going to be taken away because you're focused on the fact that you do not have. So it's impossible. So use that prayer and affirmation today. Close your eyes, make that statement, and then what you got to do is write that on a piece of paper. Now, the reason you're going to write that on a piece of paper and carry that with you is because your mind might have the tendency, the way that it's conditioned, to want to resort back to, well, I don't have it, this is silly, this is stupid, is this guy Jake an idiot, right? So the point is or your mind and your eyes are going to look for the reasons and the ways that you don't have it yet. Your eyes aren't truth. Your eyes see a very small spectrum of visible light. There's a lot of things happening that you can't see. There's billions of bits of information happening every single second. Why can't you see it all? Because if you did, your brain would be totally overwhelmed and it would we wouldn't be able to process our reality. So you have a reticular activating system that focuses on the pertinent bits or pieces of information, i.e. the light photons that make up our reality, that are most relevant to your intentions and your attention. So today, make your attention on that statement. Thank you, God and universe, or whatever you want to say. Thank you, God, for blessing me with unexpected, infinite financial abundance. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for blessing me with unexpected, great financial abundance. And use that throughout the day. Now, the reason you're using that throughout the day is because you need your reticular activating system to start to connect to that. The more you connect to that, the more that starts to feel real to you, the more you have in the mental realm. The more that you have, whether it's in the mental realm or the physical realm or the spiritual realm, it doesn't matter. To the person that has, more will be given to them. So look today for the ways that it shows up. It might be in the form of $10, it might be in the form of $100, it might be in the form of thousands of dollars, it might be in the form of somebody paying your coffee. Look for a way that is unexpected, that life has presented to you, more unexpected financial abundance. Look for it. Come back and comment it down in here. Come down and share it down in here. But first, you must expect it. Second, you must connect with that reality and speak to God or the universe as if that is a reality, because when you're in that place, you're in a place of having that thing. And to the person that has, more will be given to them. So in this video, you will receive unexpected money within 24 hours if you follow these steps. Go out there, have a beautiful, amazing day. Expect great things. Know that you're a child of God, a piece of the universe. You deserve the things that you desire. And when you're in harmony with having them, more will be given to you. And to those that that do not have, even that will be taken away from them. So download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. When you can hypnotize and train yourself, I always say brainwash yourself before the world does. The world's always brainwashing us. It's brainwashing us with lack and limitation and doubt and worry and fear and we can't have and this isn't possible. You have to brainwash yourself from all of that crap. So jakeshypnosis.com down below, it's free. Just download it down below, listen to it for a few minutes as this video ends here, and then use that affirmation. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for blessing me with unexpected, great financial abundance today. And use that throughout the day. Come back and report back the ways that you've created or manifested or experienced unexpected abundance in your life today. When you notice it once today, in the next 24 hours, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna pick up in the reticular activating system. You're gonna be in a place of having. So tomorrow's gonna get better. It's a domino effect. It keeps showing up because when you're in the place of abundance, expecting it and noticing it, you will receive unexpected abundance. So this is Jake Ducey with jakeducey.com. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button right over there and hit the bell notification. That's what notifies you for a new video. So hit the bell notification because if you hit the subscribe, you won't actually get notified. So bell notification, like this video to support this channel, like this video, and then hashtag down below, unexpected abundance today. Unexpected abundance today, or if you like the other one, unexpected money today. Unexpected money or unexpected abundance today, hashtag down below. I can't wait to hear your stories. Have a beautiful day and know that the universe is a friendly place that wants to support your desires. Have you ever dealt with people so negative that it almost pulled your own energy down? Well, I found some secrets that you can use to actually raise your vibration and not let that affect you, because what happens is we use the law of attraction, we meet negative people, it pulls us back down, we can't create what we want in our life. There's negative people, right? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to navigate negative people. This is Jake Ducey from jakeducey.com, and let's dive in. Number one, that's not part of my belief system. You gotta understand, first of all, that nobody outside of you can make you think what you don't want to think. Viktor Frankl, he survived Auschwitz during Nazi Germany, and he wrote this beautiful book. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning. And what he says in the book is that what he realized is that nobody can make him think what he didn't want to think. And what happens is people get into this state where they think somebody else controls their energy. And that's what happens. We search all the time how to handle negative people, as if negative people control our energy. Well, this guy survived Auschwitz, and he says they can physically torture me, they can do whatever they want, but they cannot make me think what I don't want to think. You have the free will around your mind. That's the only place really that Viktor Frankl had free will, was in his mind. You have a conscious mind, right? And if you want the law of attraction to start working for you, if you want to start creating what you want in your life, you've got to realize you have a conscious mind. Now, your conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject any idea. So someone comes at you with negativity about how bad their day was, how screwed the economy is, why this person sucks, why this person's bad, why you can't do what you want to do in your life, blah, 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 blah. You can just be like, yeah, that's not part of my belief system. You decide what your belief system is. So the trouble is, we have negative people in our life and we think that their energy is going to affect our belief system. Well, that's not the way it works, my friend. You have the ability to think what you want to think, regardless of any energy sources outside of you. But the first step is, when somebody comes at you with negativity, for you to say out loud or in your own mind, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but that's not part of my belief system.
It's just not part of my belief system. I don't believe I live in a world of scarcity. I don't believe that it's important for me to focus on negativity and what people do wrong. I don't believe the economy is ruined. I don't believe what you say that there isn't true love out there. I don't believe what you say about X, Y, or Z. You get to decide what enters your mind. And what happens is negative people control us because we lose and give up our free will to sources outside of ourselves, and we forget that no matter what, we have the ability to think nobody can make us think what we don't want to think, right? So when you realize that and you say, that's not part of my belief system, I reject that, that's not part of my belief system. And when you go out there and you do something big and someone's negative and they say no and they reject you, you can say next. When someone says no, you say next. That's not part of my belief system, man. Number 2, realize you are your own energy. Realize that you're your own energy. How can a negative person influence you if they're their own energy? They're not you. You're your own energy field, and your energy field is created by the thoughts that you give emotional credence to. So whatever you focus on controls your energy level. You are the one that can reject other people's ideas. You are the one that has your own energy field. And when you come from there, even if there's a negative person nearby you, a friend, a family member, a roommate, a coworker, a person in the grocery store, that guy that flips you off, that lady that yells at you, which happened to me the other day. We're renting a vacation rental. There was a lot of things that weren't disclosed about our vacation rental. I found out the laws on the vacation rental, and I got all my money back from the vacation rental because I uncovered the laws that they had concealed. The lady flipped out because she was angry. She had to give me all the money back. She started yelling at me. I was totally calm, and I was like, okay, like why are you behaving like this, right? And then she ended up like screaming for a while, and then she was done, and I got all my money back out of the vacation rental. And it was over. And then I came inside and I was like, oh, wow. Right? And here's the second part. Send them love. Send them love. You are your own energy, and the way that the energy will affect you is if you don't send them love. If you say, I can't believe that they did that. That woman, I can't believe she came over here and yelled at me and I still got my money back. Why was she even yelling at me? I mean, I was the one who was right and she knew I was right, so she gave me all my money back. What an idiot. She is such an idiot, right? Immediately I move into a negative vibration. Immediately you move into a negative vibration if you can't have love or a positive prayer for that person. Then what happens is you move onto their energy field. You focus on why they're wrong, what's wrong with them, why they're an idiot, why they're stupid, how they annoy you, why couldn't they be more normal, why does this always happen to me? As soon as we do that, we drop out of our energy and we move into their energy. So the goal is, can I send them love? Leave the situation, go in your room, go back to your house, sit in your car and focus for 1 minute on sending them love. Just imagine yourself sending them love. And what happens is you clear that energy and you move back into the vibration that you've been attracting and creating and cultivating in your life. Realize that you're your own energy and send them. 3, don't go as often and don't stay as long. This is a big one, right? So what happens is we say, well, I got these negative people in my life. They're my old friends, like they're my girlfriend or my boyfriend or like whatever it is. They're people that I socialize with. Don't go as often and don't stay as long. Even if it's family, don't go as often, don't stay as long. If they're negative, you're probably not going to be able to change them. You just aren't. And what happens is we think we can change other people, so we expend all of our energy trying to change them, trying to explain to them a better way of life. The only way somebody will change is if they see you living a very harmonious, beautiful, happy, glorious life. And the result is eventually they say, how the heck's he doing that? How the heck's she doing that? What are you doing? I want to know what your secret is. I want to know what you're doing. I'm finally ready to change my life. And at that point, then you can help them. The only way you can help them now is by keeping your energy at a high level and hoping that they notice, is by responding with love, is responding with kindness, is to not get sucked into it. So thirdly, don't go as often and don't stay as long. If you got a negative mom, go a little less often. stay a little less long. When the conversations start to slip into the negative, pull yourself out. Hey, you know what? I realize I gotta go. Or go into the situation already with a time frame. I got something going on. I got a meeting in 2.5 hours. So I gotta roll out in 2 hours. 2 hours is plenty of time. 90 minutes is plenty of time. Don't go as often and don't stay as long. And the result is you won't find yourself getting into old thought patterns where you're trying to figure out, why is this happening to me? Why are they always like this? Look how they're wrong here, and look how they're wrong here, and now I feel negative, and now I feel drained. Is that you've got to be able to discern your energy. It's not being mean, it's discerning your energy and deciding where you want to invest your energy, because every person you associate with and spend time with is an investment. When you invest money, it's an investment that hopefully will create an ROI. When you invest your time and your energy with someone, it's an ROI that you hope will cultivate something, which is stimulation, which is happiness, which is social connection. But if it's not happening, and it has not happened in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 7 years with someone, then you're making a negative investment. You would never, if I said to you, look man, I got the perfect investment for you. I'm a financial planner. And what I'm gonna need is $30,000. And you're not going to make any money. What'd you say? I said you're not going to make any money. What'd you say? I'm not going to make any money? Yeah, you're going to lose it. Most of it. All of it. You would never do that investment, right? Why? Because you know if you put energy into something and it's going to take all your energy away, it's not a good investment. Well, the same is so for people that you might love, but you might just be better loving them from a distance. Everything is an energy investment. So don't go as often and don't stay as long, and realize that that doesn't mean you don't like them. It just means you need a little bit more space. Last but not least, number 4, learn to practice forgiveness. Because what happens is somebody does something negative, they say something negative, it's just where they're coming from. It might be annoying, it might be mean, it might be vicious, but you gotta understand people are projectors. So they only project negativity, bad energy, hate, because that's how they feel within themselves. You would never come from that energy unless you felt that energy within yourself. And what happens is we can forget those things. Someone can do something very negative, can be very downing on our dreams, can just, be very hard to deal with. And what happens is we carry that energy with us because we want to rationalize why they did it. They did it because they're just an idiot. They're always like that. Couldn't they do any better? They cannot do any better, because if they could, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. So forgiveness, I write in my first book, Into the Wind, I wrote, forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul, which returns the feeling of possibilities to the human spirit. You limit your possibilities when you're in a state, even if it's unconscious, even if there's someone you haven't forgiven from 5 years ago and you've kind of swept it under the rug. Unless you can forgive that person, that doesn't mean you need to go write them and call them and talk to them. But unless you can let go of that situation and find either what you learned from it or just be able to let go, you're carrying and harboring that negative energy from that negative person. So the 4th step to be able to transcend and deal with negative people is to be able to forgive them, because you can only come from where you are. So if somebody's negative, if somebody's hateful, if somebody's mean, if somebody's vicious, if somebody's angry, if somebody's a quick, loose cannon, that's who they are right now. And we forget that. We expect more out of people, and sometimes they just can't deliver more. And so when you can sit back and you can say, okay, what did I get out of this? Like, what could I take away from this? Or can I just let this go? Can I just forgive? It doesn't mean they're right. You're not making them right. You're making yourself free, right? So there's a big difference. You're not making them right. You're setting yourself free. You don't need for them to be right. You don't need to actually have a conversation with them and tell them about why they're right and why you forgive them. No. You got to be able to just free yourself, because forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul, in which the feeling of possibility returns to the human spirit. Negativity will always pull you down. Hate will always pull you down if you harbor hate back, if you get negative back, if you judge them back. But when you can take a step back and forgive them for coming from where they come from, you can be free of it. Alright, this is Jake Ducey from JakeDucey.com talking to you about how to handle negative people. So, be sure that you press the subscribe button. You're going to want to watch some more videos. We're going to want to get to know each other more. I got a free success hypnosis. It's JakesHypnosis.com. It'll teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Tens of thousands of people from all over the world have used it with a lot of success. You can grab it just right down below. So be sure to comment in your favorite part. Make sure you press subscribe and go out in the world with your positivity, with your love, and hold your dreams, your energy delicate, and do not let anyone's negativity pull you down.
This prayer technique was kept hidden throughout all of human history in religions and institutions to keep you from connecting with God or the universe in order to harness that power to attract anything that you want and live in your highest potential. They didn't tell you how to use this, and that's because if you knew, it was going to be way harder for you to be controlled and for us to be controlled. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and warning, use this knowledge and prayer wisely. Let's dive right into it. Here's how most people think of God. Hey, God, can you please do this for me? Can you please have some money show up to help me get my house or pay my mortgage? Or please, God, could you fix me? They think God is a vending machine in the sky that they need to beg for it to fix their life. Stop thinking of God. Stop thinking of the universe, and stop thinking of the creative force of our world in an intellectual way. Most people have been conditioned to think of it in an intellectual way. So they're trying to talk at it and plead with it to get the things that they want. People say that the real way to pray is through feeling. The real way to pray is to talk with your God, is to talk with the universe. In fact, just before this video, here's how I pray. Something like this. Thank you, God, and dear God, I am so grateful now that the creative force of the universe speaks through me, and that I'm able to touch the lives and hearts and spirits of people and connect them to their true power and the creative force of the universe. I'm grateful to be an instrument for your love, for your glory, for your beauty, and I'm grateful that the Spirit of God is allowed to be touched in my viewers and my listeners, and I get to be an instrument for you in that. And I'm grateful that you're speaking through me and allowing me to inspire millions of people every single month. Amen. I'm coming to God as a co-creator. I'm coming to God saying, look, I don't want anything from you. I want to be an instrument for you. I want to be an instrument. And when you're coming from that feeling of knowing that you're one and connected with God, and you're giving the thanks for the things that have not happened as if they already were, like it says in the scripture, that to call the things that are not as if they already were. Most people plead for the things that are not, and they wish that they were, but they think that they'll never get them, so they try to plead for them. No. So here's what you do. Dear God, and if you don't like that word, dear universe, but it's not the word water that gets you wet, right? If I dumped water on you, it wasn't the word that got you wet. It was the energy of what it is. So it's this energy, this beautiful, loving, all-powerful energy that's created us, that beats our heart, that's built our world, our universe, that lights the sun in the daytime and the stars at night. It's that thing. So dear God, dear universe, and then you insert whatever it is, you just connect to that heartfelt place within you. You close your eyes and you talk with it and give thanks for things as if they already were. Dear God, I'm so grateful that I now have my beautiful multi-million-dollar dream home and the financial freedom to live there with ease. I'm so grateful that this gives me the peace of mind in order to focus on my art or my work or my business or my spiritual mission in life, and I can give my love for life and creation wholeheartedly while living in my dream home, being creatively stimulated and having the financial security to not have stress and worry interfering with my true calling in life, to be a mother, to be a father, to start that business, to help my church, to focus on being the best shape I can be in. Whatever it is, that's how you talk to it. And you can list and talk about anything that you want, but you do it in the present tense. And you truly, just like you're talking to me, you truly connect to that and you say, thank you, universe. Thank you that I'm healthy today. And I know that I've had a really tough time the last week. I've been stressed and I've been worried and I've been doubting the beauty of life. It's been really tough for me the last week. But right now, I can see clearly. And what I see clearly is I'm so grateful that you always support me and you always attract more abundance and prosperity in my life. And lately I've been struggling with this problem or that situation. I haven't noticed the beauty of this life. And right now I'm so grateful that I'm able to drive my dream car. And you may not even have your dream car yet, but describe it, right? See, you are an expression of God, of the universe, of spirit. You are an individualization of that. God, the universe, spirit, it created you for an individual experience. God wants you, the universe wants you, life, spirit, love, it wants you to have all the things that you desire because it wants to experience them through you for fuller life. Just like the tree wants to continue to grow for fuller life, it's the fruit that it grows, it's a natural expansion of its being. And for you to experience the fruit and the beauty of life is a natural expansion, but the way for you to get it isn't by pleading for it, because that's not teaching you anything. That's teaching you to be a beggar. So go to that spirit, go to that universal intelligence and communicate with it in the present tense, in gratitude. So give this a try. And before you do that, make sure you download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com. Use that to train your subconscious mind for success and abundance. When you use this, just for 30 seconds or 60 seconds, you use this prayer in the morning, before you drive to work, before you go to bed, talk out loud, connect to it, a genuine connection. What happens is you evoke the feeling of the Spirit of God, of the creative power of the universe. And you can feel it walking with you. And that's when you can say, mountains move. That's what it means in the Bible when they say, and you can tell those mountains to move. That's what it means. You connect to that place, and that's what you can do. So give thanks for the financial situation you intend to manifest. Get into the details of it. Speak it out loud. Give thanks for it. Give thanks for your health, your love, your happiness, your dream home, your dream car, your dream life. Get into that. Dear God, dear universe, enjoy yourself. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right over there. The bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. So make sure you hit that. Like this video to support the channel. Please share this. Share this with a friend. Share this on your social media. Anyone who's done that, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for spreading this message. Thanks for spreading this positive vibe out into the world. And have a beautiful day. Make sure you download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy yourself. Come back and comment back your story or experience of using this prayer technique. Have a beautiful day. Hashtag down below. Pray in oneness. Pray in oneness, not pleading for it, but in oneness with the universe, with God. Pray in oneness. Have a beautiful day. See you next video. In 60 seconds, open up your third eye with this powerful law of attraction technique simply by pressing on this one spot I'm about to tell you about. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into this most powerful video on opening up your third eye and pineal gland. There are pressure points all over your body. It's been known by Chinese medicine for thousands of years. And there's actually one of the most powerful places and access points for manifestation that you have as a human being, and that's called your third eye, your pineal gland, also known as your spiritual eye or your yin tang. And so what people have been doing for thousands of years through ancient cultures is figuring out how to open their third eye to increase their manifestation power. When you press in this one place I'm about to show you for 30 seconds, it's going to help open up your third eye. What this is going to do is going to allow you to increase your visualization powers, because you can manifest whatever you want if you can feel it before it's happened. Now, the easiest way to feel it is to open up your third eye so that you have an ability to see and experience and step into a future reality before it's actually happened. And so what simply you're going to do to open up your third eye is, before you drop in and close your eyes to meditate, you're simply going to press right here for 30 seconds. Literally going to press right here for 30 to 60 seconds. You close your eyes and you press. Don't press too hard so you don't hurt yourself, but simply what you're going to do is close your eyes and press. So when you're going to do that, when the video ends, what you're going to notice is you're going to start to see a lot more light and a lot more colors. Now, the reason this is happening is because the human body is actually a mass of energy moving at a very high speed of vibration, so it appears to be a solid object. Now, there are certain energy portals or energy points in the body. That's what makes up acupuncture, that's what makes up Chinese medicine, and in fact, that's just what makes up basic massage work. They're finding the energy points on the body so that they can release. And so when you're accessing this, you're accessing one of the most powerful energy points in the human body. And so when you're going to do that, you're going to see a lot more light and you're going to see a lot more energy. And what's going to happen is you can actually start to channel that energy with your mental faculties, i.e. your imagination, your discipline, and your will. You can channel that energy to use that in order to conjure up the images and pictures of what you want to manifest. So when you press in after 60 seconds, your colors are going to light up. And imagine yourself stepping into your dream home, opening the door in your dream home. You just got the keys from the real estate agent. Or imagine yourself opening the door in your brand new car that you've always wanted. Imagine yourself opening up the hotel room and you and your soulmate just got married. You may not even have your soulmate yet. Whatever instance or thing that you want to create in reality, what you're going to do is hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. Close your eyes and use that to step into another portal. Some people would call that a parallel universe or parallel reality. But what you're doing is you're accessing a higher level of mind and you're connecting yourself to a higher dimension, because we live in a world of infinite possibilities. All time and space that ever was and ever will be already exists right now. This world is infinite. And so what you're doing is you're dropping out of the lower levels of the past and lower levels of ego, ego, edging God out, and you're stepping into a higher faculty. Hold for 60 seconds, not too hard so you don't hurt yourself. Close your eyes, and when the energy starts to pick up, imagine yourself stepping into your future reality. This is one of the most simple and easiest ways to open your third eye to increase your manifestation power. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Make sure to really increase your manifestation power that you download my free success hypnosis down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com. And before you drop into this or after, use this hypnosis. It's free. I've used it for 6 years now. Almost 200,000 people from all over the world have used it. Every day we get amazing, miraculous stories of people increasing their manifestation power. It'll retrain your subconscious mind for success and abundance. jakeshypnosis.com. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right over there. Hashtag right there down below. Creating my reality. Hashtag down below. Creating my reality. Hashtag down below. Affirm that and make that your reality. Let me know how this technique works for you. Opening your third eye with a simple technique to press for 60 seconds. See you on the next video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell notification. Get notified for a new video. See you next time. In this video, I'm going to show you how to manifest what you want, anything that you want, in 24 hours or less. Sounds crazy, but let me show you how to do it. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into how to manifest what you want in 24 hours or less. Okay, so here's what you gotta understand. And it came from this guy with gray hair. Guess what his name was? Albert Einstein. And here's what he told us. Time really doesn't exist in our linear world. So 24 hours from now, how to manifest in 24 hours, it doesn't exist. What you want already exists. We live in a world of pure infinite, meaning there's no limit. So you might say, wow, look at that star way out there, so far out there. And maybe an astronomer says to you, yeah, that's actually 946,000 light years away. To your mind, it may be very far, but it's a number, so you can quantify that number in a linear fashion, right? And so you might say, okay, I get that. It seems that's very far, but at least I can quantify it, right? But then what happens? Well, what happens if we get there? What's on the other side of those zillion light years away? How much further does space go? Well, it's infinite. What's on the other side of infinite? Is there a wall on the other side of infinite? And then the question is, well, what's on the other side of that wall? More infinite. Infinite. We live in an infinite world. And Albert Einstein himself, this isn't new thought, this isn't a hippy dippy law of attraction. Albert Einstein himself has told us that time doesn't exist in a linear fashion. But what's our biggest hiccup? We think that we need something to happen for us to get something that we want in the future. So what you have to realize is that everything that you want is already manifested. Or Neville Goddard said it best. There's no such thing as truly creating. There's a misconception that manifesting means that you're creating something. Whereas manifesting quite simply means that you're getting in harmony with something that already exists. Because think about it. All the money that you want, it already exists. In fact, there's so much money printed that the value of the dollar it loses value every single year. Money is now debt. If you have a bunch of paper money, it's now debt because it's losing value every year. The money you want exists. Your soulmate already exists on planet Earth. Your dream house exists, either already built or the raw materials and the actual place it will be already exists. Everything you want already exists. It's just that we have to come in harmony with it. Now, this is the tricky thing, right? The tricky thing is we're generally not in harmony with what we want. Why? Because, first of all, we don't grasp one very important thing. We don't grasp one very important thing, that we're already one with everything that we want. Why are we one with everything that we want? We're one with everything that we want because there's only one source of energy here. You can call that God, you can call that the universe, you can call that light, vibration, consciousness. I don't care what you call it, Allah, Jesus, doesn't matter. Alan Watts says you can't get wet by the word water. See, we used to believe in the Newtonian model of physics, which essentially said that we live in a physical world, solid matter. And we were essentially subject to this physical world. Albert Einstein comes along and he says E equals mc squared. E equals mc squared. What does that mean? Essentially what he discovered is that energy and matter are so connected that they're actually one and the same. That energy is the building blocks of the whole universe. And at the subatomic level, at the level beyond what we can see with the naked eye, there's only one consciousness that's in different frequencies. Just like you have different channel changers. There's one, everything is God, everything is spirit, everything is vibration, everything is energy, everything is consciousness. It's all just different manifestations of that one thing. And when you recognize that, and then you realize what Albert Einstein said, that actually that linear time doesn't exist. There is no time. It's a man-made concept. It's just a way that we cope with reality, otherwise it makes no sense to us. It's too crazy to comprehend. And so when you realize that, everything you want is already here. So it's not, the question isn't, am I good enough? Is it possible? Hell yeah, it's possible. Why would it not be possible? It already exists. If you want to make $1 million, not only is it possible, the $1 million is already here. If you want a soulmate, he or she is already here. Your dream house is already here. Your dream career is already here. It's about us getting in harmony with it. It's about us. Aldous Huxley once said that if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear as it is. Infinite. Well, you remember the band The Doors? Jim Morrison got the name The Doors from that Aldous Huxley quote. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear as it is, infinite. You'd realize it's infinite, that you're one with everything that you desire. And so the question is, what do you want to create? How do you want to live your life? Because that's not subject to anything. Right? So if you wanted to manifest your soulmate, make $1 million, what is it that you want to create, knowing that time doesn't exist? And the real question here is, one, how do you want to go about living your life? Right? Because in the same way, all of the AM and FM radio stations already exist, right? That'd be a perfect example, so it makes sense. But the thing is, you can't get 102.1 FM unless you're on the frequency of it, unless you've turned the knob to it. Look at your body, look at your life, like the radio knob that turns to the frequency of reality that you want. For you to get to 99.9 FM in your car, you have to turn the knob there. You can't be on 88.6, right? You have to turn the knob there. It's not about time existing. Well, is this going to take me 3 years to get to that radio station? No, it'll take you literally 1 second. You just turn the knob over there. But then when it comes to reality, we say, well, that's a big manifestation. That's a big desire. I mean, that might take me 9 years. That might take me 40 years. I may never get that. I might not even be good enough. I mean, is that even possible for me? Why wouldn't it be possible for you? If it's possible for him, it's possible for you. There's no reason that it wouldn't be possible. It already exists. It's that you have to turn your radio knob, your life, your thought patterns in alignment with the possibility rather than the absence of it. Because everything is really two things: the presence and the absence of it. Think about that. Everything is really two things: the presence or the absence of it. And we live in a world of infinite possibilities where everything that you want already exists and time truly doesn't exist. And somebody says, I want more money. But what are they doing? They're not focused on the money. They're focused on the absence of the money. right? They say, well, if this really works, why isn't it in my bank account yet? I mean, my job's only paying me this. And I mean, have you seen the economy lately? And I mean, is this really? They're focused on the absence of the money. People do that with relationships. I really want my dream boyfriend. I really want him. But then what are they doing? There's no good guys out there. There's no good guys, right? Or men say, the hardest thing is you can find a really pretty woman, or you can find a really nice one, but you can't find one that's really cool and really pretty. You get one or the other. They're focused on the absence of what they want. So you can't see the presence of it. There's a part of your brain called your reticular activating system. Your reticular activating system, whatever is your dominant focus, it creates that reality for you. And so what's happening is we're focused on the absence of what we want, so we immediately create it. And so you say, this is going to take me a long time to do this thing. I might not be good enough. So your reticular activating system, it doesn't know the difference between what you do want, what you don't want, what's good for you and what's bad for you. It just follows the commands off of the way that your attention goes. And so your attention is on the absence of what you want, or that time is going to be a factor that's not going to allow you to get what you want because it's going to take too long, and that's too big, and you're not good enough, and you didn't do good on your SATs, and you've never made much money, and you're a little bit too not good looking enough, or you don't have enough good things to attract your ideal relationship, or here's all these reasons why in the past. And we're carrying that around, focused on the absence of what we want. And since time doesn't exist and we're one with everything in the source of creation, what happens is we immediately create the absence of it. And then we say, see, this doesn't work. It's just not, I don't have enough time. And so if you have a problem with any of that, download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. Use that. It's free. It's an MP3. You can listen to it immediately. jakeshypnosis.com, because it's all subconscious programming. We've been programmed negatively in our world, so we buy things we don't need, and so we think lowly of ourselves, so we're easy to control by the mass corporations. Download that, jakeshypnosis.com. Press the subscribe button in the corner, and remember, you can manifest what you want as fast as you actually believe possible. Everything is two things: the presence of it or the absence of it in your life. Be sure to comment where in the world you're coming from. I'm in Maui. The sun's about to set right out that window, so I'm gonna go watch the sunset. Love to know where in the world you're coming from. See you soon. You're probably not aware, but there are 3 words that you might be using that are actually blocking what you want from showing up in your life. And when you get a grasp on these words, your energy is going to change. The law of attraction will start to work with you, and the things that you want will show up in your life. Hang with me. I'll show you those 3 words. I'm Jake Ducey from jakedusey.com. Now let's block into those 3 words that are stopping you from using the law of attraction towards what you want. Word number 1, I hope. You gotta stop saying I hope. So here's what you do. Check in with your body with the words that you use. What is I hope? It means I don't have. Every time you come from I do not have, you can't attract what you want in your life. If you want to start using the law of attraction to create what you want in your life, you gotta be able to identify where you are in your own energy. Where you're coming from creates what you're moving towards. Where you're coming from creates what you have now. And by that I mean where you're coming from, the energy you're coming from. So what does, I hope that I make more money. I mean, I hope my soulmate comes. I mean, I hope that I can pay my rent. I mean, I hope that I could travel around the world. I hope this happens. I hope. It's coming from a place of I don't believe that this could happen. It's implying that you do not have the faith, you do not have the certainty, you do not have the belief that it can show up in your life. So notice in your life, look at your goals right now. Do you say, I hope I make more money, I hope that my soulmate comes into my life, I hope I get a raise, I hope I finish this project, I hope I can travel around the world, I hope I can get a new car, I hope I can pay my bills, I hope. What is that saying? Every time I hear someone say, I hope, I know they don't believe they can get it. And you get what you believe. What you see is a reflection of what you believe, and you cannot see it until you first believe it. So if you're coming from, I don't believe it can happen, I hope, it can't show up in your life. In other words, I hope equals I do not believe, and I'm relying on hope, chance, or luck. Well, there's a beautiful quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that applies perfectly to the law of attraction. And he says, shallow people believe in luck, and real truth seekers believe in law. There was a law of attraction. There was a law that like attracts like. So when you come from, I hope, what are you? You're disempowered. So what are you going to attract into your life? More things that prove your energy of, I don't believe it. So notice, and start, instead of saying, I hope, start to say, I know. Erase, I hope, and catch yourself every time you say it to a friend, every time you're on the phone, every time you're talking to yourself, start to say, I know that the money will show up. I know that I'm about to meet my soulmate. I know that this is going to work out. I know, I'm certain, I know. Notice the energy difference there. So every time you can check into your energy and you can say, how am I feeling in this moment? I hope. Versus, I know it's gonna happen. So eliminate I hope, bring in I know, bring more certainty, belief to your life, and you'll see those things mirror back. Here we go with number 2. Number 2, I really need a girlfriend. I really need a boyfriend. I really need my soulmate. I really need some more money. I really need a new client. I really need that. Needy equals creepy. It's hard to get a sale. It's hard to find your soulmate when you need them. They're like, get away from me. The things that you want in life come when you do not need them. Because the universe gives you what you give out. So when you give out an energy of need, you can't attract back an energy of abundance. And if you notice, that's how most people are living their lives. They're saying, I need more money. I need the government to change. I need my boss to stop being a-hole. I need this to happen. I need that to happen. You do not need anything to happen. You know, you live in a totally abundant world. More money is printed every single solitary day. There's 7 billion people in the world. Tons of awesome friends you can have. You could meet your soulmate. You could have fulfilling romantic relationships. You could travel where you want to go. You can have all of the things that you want to have. There's internet that connects you all around the world. You live in a totally abundant, beautiful world that wants to support you, but you can't see that it's here to support you because you think that you need something outside of yourself. You know, there's a beautiful quote by Lao Tzu. He used to say, the world reveals itself to the one who needs nothing. Think about the energy, and if you even look at it in a romantic relationship, what generally attracts a man or a woman? It's this weird psychological thing where when the person doesn't come on super strong, it's kind of the opposite. You actually kind of want them more. Well, the same is so with money. When you don't come from this place of I need this client, I need this raise, I need this thing to happen. What happens? You become a repellent to what you want. But when you come from abundance, I don't need anything. I'm totally whole. I'm totally complete. You attract to yourself things that will mirror that. So notice the parts of your life that you've been telling yourself that you need something. You don't need a soulmate. You don't need anything. What are you? So I invite you to eliminate the word I need and start using I am. I don't need, I am abundant. I am pure love. And when I come from pure love, I attract romantic relationships. I attract awesome friendships. I am abundance. I am wealth. And I exemplify that in the energy that I am. I exemplify that in my passions. I noticed that because I had money for food today, and I had money for gas today, and I have a clean shirt, and I have a camera right now that I can broadcast to you from. I am abundance. There's people listening to my message right now. I have a beautiful gold ring that was my great-grandfather's. Didn't mean to flip you off there. That was my great-grandfather's. I am abundance. I'm sitting in a chair. I have a home that I've paid rent on, that I live in. I have money in my bank account. I am abundant. I am wealthy. Notice the energy difference. Remember, you can always tell what you're attracting into your life based off of your energy. So eliminate I need, replace it with I am, and start to make that a diligent practice. When you notice yourself saying, I need a soulmate, I need that opportunity, you erase it. I am pure love. I am the miracle working presence in all things that manifest all greatness, all beauty, all miracles. I don't need an opportunity. I am pure opportunity. I am pure potential. I am pure possibility. And notice, I am happy. I give happiness, I make other people smile, and the result is great things happen that make me happy. I'm not living from a place of reaction where I need something. I'm living from a place of creation where I am this, and as a result of coming from this energy, I create more of it. I attract to myself what I am. Eliminate I need, focus on I am, and think about the things in your life that you say that you need and start affirming that you already are them, because every single thing in the entire universe is energy. You're pure energy, this camera is pure energy, the money that you want is pure energy, the relationship you want, the paycheck that you want, the car, the house, the travel, whatever it is that you want is pure energy. So when you get on the frequency of it, you become it. And if everything is energy, you're actually one with everything that already exists. You already are pure wealth. You already are a millionaire. You already are a best-selling author. You already have love within yourself. You already are the miracle working presence that creates amazing opportunities of good fortune every single day. And when you come from there, you notice good things show up in your life. I mean, I can't make more money. I mean, I can't do that. I can't. Have you ever noticed that people carry around their past with them that decides what they can create in their life or can't create in their life right at this very moment? So the third word to notice is when you start to say, I cannot. I can't do it. I can't do it. And you want to start practicing, noticing when that's happening, right? Because when we're unconscious about these things, that's when we're immediately stopped. So what happens is we start to say, I can't. And what happens is you actually subconsciously are telling yourself that it's impossible, so your subconscious mind wants to prove that thing to you as impossible. So every time you say I can't, like for instance, if I would have said when I was a 19-year-old, I can't be a published author, what would have happened? I would have never become a published author with Penguin Random House and had an international brand, and there was people from dozens of countries watching these videos. That never would have happened. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real, and it just accepts whatever you consciously tell it. So every time you say, I can't, what are you doing? You're telling your subconscious mind what your reality is, and your subconscious mind just creates that for you. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real, what you want and what you do not want. So I started holding images of my books on bookshelves at Barnes & Noble next to Wayne Dyer's books. I started to see that. I would see myself. I would see thousands of people watching my videos. I would see myself getting published and signing book contracts and being on the shelves. And every day, even though the world hadn't started to mirror what I wanted yet, whenever I would get rejected by a publisher, I would hold an image of my books on the shelf next to Wayne Dyer. And you know what happened? It only took a couple years, and I got an email from a reader who saw my book on the bookshelf in Barnes & Noble in Honolulu next to Wayne Dyer. What happened? I eliminated I can't. So here's what I invite you to do. Eliminate the word I can't and substitute it for something. That could be I can, that could be I live from, but eliminate the word I can't from your vocabulary. Because every time you tell yourself, even if it doesn't seem possible, I mean, look, the Wright brothers bent a piece of metal and flew it over the ocean. Oprah went from total poverty and obscurity to being one of the richest people in the world. You can create whatever it is that you want to create. In fact, Steve Jobs says the world was built by people no smarter than you. Than you watching right now, that the world was built by people no smarter than you. And you can mold it, and you can shape it, and you can change it however you want. but your words are molding and shaping and changing who you are and who you believe yourself to be. And who you believe yourself to be is a reflection of what you see in your life, in your bank account, your health, your friendships, your career success, how fulfilled or unfulfilled you are. So notice these things. Can you or can't you? Do you or do you not live in a world of infinite possibilities where more money is printed every single day? There's 7 billion people out in the world that you can serve and impact and positively influence. Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk, the creator of Tesla Motors, PayPal, all those amazing things. Now he has SpaceX. He's competing with NASA to try to get to Mars and colonize Mars before NASA. He funded it himself. He was asked, Elon, how the heck did you go from making PayPal to sending spaceships to outer space and orbit? And guess what he said? Well, I read a lot of books. He just didn't register that he could not do it. John F. Kennedy says most people look around in the world and they ask why. I look around and I ask, why not? Why not you? Why not right now? Why not right now? Over the next 12 months, you make more money than you did over the last 3 years combined. Why not over the next 3 weeks, you get in the best shape of your life, eat healthier than you ever have, be more positive than you ever have, smile more than you ever have, attract more fun, exciting, amazing people, great romantic, fulfilling, sensual relationships, feel more excited, alive, spend more free time, read a book every single week. Why can't you do all that? Why can't you study 2 hours of personal development videos every day? Why can't you finally invest money in yourself, in your dreams, in developing your mind? Why can't you be the one that does that now? Well, you can, but you gotta stop telling yourself that you can't. So start affirming, I can create amazing new opportunities for myself, and I see them flowing back into my life at all times. Eliminate the word I can't. You'll see amazing things start to show up in your life. Hey, so this is Jake Ducey from JakeDucey.com. You learn 3 words you gotta stop telling yourself in order to start to use the law of attraction to work for you in your life, to program yourself towards what you want. If you miss them, if you want to hear them again, if you didn't write them down, be sure you go back through, rewatch them again. Remember, your very words are just like bricks that create the walls. Your very words, word by word, build who you think you are and the things that you see in your life. So here's what I want you to do. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Subscribe, share this video with someone who would love it. I got a free success hypnosis down below. Download it, start to program your mind. And I got a new seminar coming up soon. It's called the Genius Within Seminar. I'm going to teach you how to access that genius within yourself. The link will be there below. It's jakeducey.com/geniuswithin. Love to meet you there in person. Remember, use the word I am. Start to talk about your dreams in the present tense. Notice wherever your energy is not in a state of abundance, you can use your words to shift you back into it. Thank you for watching. Rewind this video, watch that again, and start to let your positivity be contagious in the world. Thank you. Manifest your desires while you sleep? Yeah, it works. So far this year, I've manifested my dream home in Maui, moving from San Diego, California, growing my business to levels that I've never grown it before. I'm going to be marrying my soulmate in just about 6 months. All of this has happened with this one sleep technique to use the law of attraction to manifest your desires. So if I could do that, I only imagine what you could do in your life. So hang with me. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and this will change your life and make what you want manifest quicker and faster. So, law of attraction, sleep technique, right? Because one of the problems people have, first of all, with being able to manifest is that somebody will say, think about your dream already realized. But what happens is the mind comes in, and then the mind is very analytical, and there's an incongruence to that. So the mind is like, no, you haven't done it yet. Somebody says, no, think from the end. And you're like, no, but I'm not there yet, so it can't be possible. So as soon as we plant the image in our mind, we reject it unconsciously immediately. And so I've been using this new technique to bypass that part of the mind. And I know there's a lot of people that have commented on my videos that have had that problem before. So picture this, right? Because we can all decide and agree, we can all agree that we manifest the quality of our life is really determined by who we are as a person, right? And people will say, well, you can't control every single thing in the world, right? You can't control every circumstance, but what we always control is who we are, right? So before you go to bed, your mind works in pictures, and there's a thing called your self-image, and your self-image is the picture of who you think you are, and that picture of who you think you are in the recesses of your subconscious mind, in the depths of your subconscious mind, is what manifests itself as your life. So when you can change your self-image, you can change your life. And the trouble is that we have never contemplated a new picture of ourselves because we're in a fixed mindset where we believe who we are is just who we are, and that's it. So, people think, well, I'm either good at making money or I'm not good at making money. I'm either good at talking to, somebody that I find beautiful and potentially a romantic partner. I'm either good at it or I'm not a smooth talker, right? It's either, well, I have a good job or I don't. And we believe we are these certain things about ourselves, but all those things is a reflection off of who we have been and what we continue to believe. But the thing about a belief is that it's just a thought that you've decided consciously or unconsciously, and you can change it at any second. When you change the way you view yourself in a relationship to money, love, romance, happiness, career, success, then those things in your life change. So your mind works in images. Your subconscious mind is most accessible before you fall to bed. So your conscious mind is responsible for only 5% of your life. Your conscious mind is the part of you that's like, here's what I want, and I want this thing, and oh yeah, that'd be great, and this be this. It's your reasoning mind. It's your analytical mind. And so when you say, I want to manifest $100,000, I want to manifest my dream relationship, or whatever it is, that's your conscious mind. But the problem is the subconscious is actually what creates our life. And the reason that's a problem is because psychologists say 95% of our life is subconscious, is unconscious, and that we have 65,000 thoughts in a day approximately. So 95% of all the thoughts, feelings, and actions that you have are unconscious, and they're pre-programmed from our world, our culture, our parents, and it goes down this cycle. And we have a very negative culture, and the reason it's like that is because advertisers want you to feel like you're not very smart, so you buy things that you don't need from them, random appliances and things that you don't need. And so they perpetuated a system where they want our self-image to be as low as possible, because the lower your self-image is, the more needy and unhappy you are, and the more you perpetuate a consumeristic society where you buy things you don't need at all, right? And that's the way it works. So they want unhappy people. The major banks, the major controlling elites of companies want that. And so when you understand that, then you can say, okay, well, the only reason I think the way I think about myself is because I've been programmed negatively. And so that self-image is controlling 95% of your life. But the good news is you can change it. So when you're going to bed, your conscious mind shuts down. That's what allows you to go to sleep, right? Eventually you stop thinking so much, you relax. Yeah, I'm getting tired right now while I'm doing it. No, I'm just joking. But what happens is, the conscious mind relaxes and we can start to access the subconscious mind. So the practice is, before you're going to bed, instead of thinking about the things that you want and enacting the analytical mind to say, yeah, but you don't have those. Yeah, but you don't have, no, here's why it doesn't work. What you do is you start focusing on the person that you desire to be. Really, the desire is already manifested, because the growth of who you can be is a natural process from within yourself. You already are a master at money. You already are capable and have everything you need to create your dream job. You already can have the amazing relationship and health and adventurous life. You have it all. You don't need anything outside of yourself. And when you grasp that, then any image you form of who you can be, it's already within you, meaning that you already are that person. Jim Rohn said that success is something you attract by the person that you become. So when you change how you view yourself and thus who you are upgrades, then the results in your life change. So before you go to bed, when you're accessing the subconscious mind, because your self-image is a pattern program in the subconscious mind, and when you go to bed, you just close your eyes and you start imagining like the real you, like the you when you're in total flow, you've got no fear, you're not letting negative thinking and silly things hold you back, that you, right? So imagine that you, and you close your eyes and you see that. You see yourself walking into the awesome job, huge smile on your face, you're becoming a leader, you're becoming great at speaking in front of people, you're walking over to that beautiful person, that attractive human being, and you go over there and you talk to them, and you're just yourself, and you have a great time, and it turns into a great romance, and you're manifesting more money than ever, and you're in your dream house, and you have this huge smile on your face, and you're so great with people, and you're connecting on such a deep level, and you feel such a deep connection and relationship with yourself. See all of this in your mind. And before you go to bed, you spend the last 10 minutes until you doze off in that place. And what happens is you start to access the subconscious, because before you go to bed, you're moving into hypnotic brainwave states where you're able to use suggestion more easily to change subconscious pattern plans, such as your self-image. When you change the way you view yourself, you change who you are and how you show up. When you change who you are and how you show up, you change the things that you attract into your life to more better, awesome, beautiful things. So start imagining the person you want to be before you go to bed. Allow that to seep into the treasury of your subconscious mind, and when you change your self-image, your life will absolutely change. So see all the amazing, beautiful things and recognize that you already have it within you. You already are the person that you want to be. It's just about releasing the fear and the doubt and the worry and the past, and upgrading our perception and our happiness and our smile, and being more courageous and confident and da-da-da. Isn't it exciting? So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, teaching you a secret sleep technique that I've used to manifest my desires, and I know that they're going to work for you too. So download my free success hypnosis too. You'll want to listen to that before, because we want to get rid of those negative thoughts. We want to change those. We want to switch the record player. So I created a free success hypnosis that you can use to start to change the pattern plan around your relationship with success. JakesHypnosis.com. Be sure that you press the subscribe button in the corner, comment in what you're going to do and when you're going to start using this technique. I hope that you have an amazing day. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.